start this one. Chapter 6, The Search. So this is another, gosh, everybody's here. Why is that man playing the piano? Hi.
Detective, what is the meaning of all this?
Well,
Madame, I ask that you all lend me your ears for only a few moments. What I have to say is of great significance to everyone.
oh.
You are all invited here to celebrate the engagement of Mademoiselle Angeline van den Bosch and Monsieur Gédéon Demire, the coming together of two prevalent families. But the celebrations were short-lived, as Major Felix Hagen was found dead in his study by a young servant of the house. It then became my responsibility and obligation as a detective to uncover the truth behind his demise. My initial examination of his study exposed a number of things I did not expect to find. Things I have no desire to divulge at this time, but what I can say is this. It was no simple murder. A letter demanding ransom for a continued silence confirmed this. I am sure some, if not all of you, have heard whispers of a series of blackmails that have plagued the social elite in recent weeks. After hearing of the letters in the Major study, you may ask if it was him behind the letters. You may further ask if he was preparing his next threat to another unsuspecting victim. It is a question that crossed even my mind. That was until I sought the truth. That in fact it was the Major that had fallen victim to our blackmailer Mystérieux. Last night I spoke with you all, confirmed your whereabouts in the house over the course of the evening, and while I would have expected such questioning to reveal a potential suspect, what I learned was that it could not have been one of you.
What do you mean, not one of us? The man was stabbed. He hardly did that to himself. There is still a killer in the house.
Pardon, monsieur, if you would allow me to finish. It could not have been only one of you. Rather a partnership, in cahoots, if you will.
Cahoots.
Conversations today have revealed facts that I was not expecting to discover. And although they may have muddied and complicated my investigation, what I must do to bring the guilty parties to justice has become clearer.
I bet it's the reporter
Those of you
lady
that
and
spun
that
stories in
man.
an attempt to confuse and derail my investigation have made a grave mistake in underestimating my intelligence.
No.
Other detectives may fall for such deception, but I can assure you, Detective Poirot is no such fool.
What? Oh, they're all
My
like looking at each
investigation is
other.
far from over, and swift justice shall be dealt to those that have committed such appalling acts and have continued to mislead and lie to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Now, I must continue mon enquête, and I shall leave you to consider that you may be beside a cold-hearted killer. Bonsoir. Monsieur Sterling, un moment.
Okay, what? Okay, so we gathered everyone so I could tell them that. Freak them out.
Quite the speech, detective.
Thanks.
Merci, but it was not made to entertain, more to warn the guilty parties that I am hot on their heels, no matter how clever they believe themselves to be.
Well, if there is anything I can do.
I'd like to search the guests' bedrooms.
Is that really necessary?
Yeah, but everything is necessary.
The murderer remains at large, and there is still no sign of the weapon. I would say that makes them essential.
Of course. I still just cannot imagine any of them being guilty of his murder.
Well, yeah, but somebody did it.
It may be hard to imagine, but it is the truth.
Yeah. When you returned from the study last night, did you notice anything different from a previous visit?
Nothing. But I was so preoccupied with the Major. Sorry, detective. Should I have?
Yeah, maybe all of the letters all over the ground?
Perhaps it was just my mind playing games again.
Maybe one of the guests got lost and wandered in.
Oh, that's weird. If a guest had taken a wrong turn finding themselves in the Major's bedroom first, I'm sure they would not have proceeded through the next door unless they were not lost at all. Who has access to the safe in the Major's study?
Master Hagen had a key, obviously, and Lady Van den Bosch.
Monsieur Demir was quite sure Archibald also had a copy of the key, if it is not something one would easily forget. Regarding access to the safe, you have seen its contents before?
When requested, aye. If something is required from there when Master Hagen is not around.
Forgive me. If he is not around, how is it you access this safe?
It's not what you think, Detective.
What does that mean?
What I think is that you have been trusted with a copy of the key, and you have lied to me about it.
I only lied because of the trouble I can get into with Lady Van den Bosch.
Well, yeah, but I need to know this.
At this moment, monsieur, you should be more worried about the trouble you shall find yourself in with the law.
Yeah.
I know how it will sound, but I lost my key. I must have set it down somewhere, and it has been tidied away. Master Hagen asked so rarely for me to go in the safe, I didn't think it would be missed.
So somebody swiped the key. Monsieur Sterling's story of lost key strikes me as rather coincidental. The major's safe is broken into with documents ransacked and letters involving Madame Van den Bosch's secret left out. It is a crime with no apparent purpose. There is a matter regarding the Comtesse that we must discuss.
I should have said this morning. I'm sorry.
Monsieur, I am not quite sure you understand the severity of what has happened.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I am well aware, Detective. I just thought she would be able to help.
Would you allow a man with a smoking gun to remove his bullet from a victim's chest?
I suppose not.
I understand that Monsieur Sterling was only trying to help, but surely he must have seen what it could do for the integrity of my investigation.
I would like to begin my searches now. Since it is closest, I will start with the west wing.
I may not be back when you return. Here is the key to the other rooms. Please return it when you're done.
Merci. I shall guard it with my life.
I'll make sure nobody just picks it up. First, let us pay the Comtesse a visit. Okay. New mind map. Before I can accuse anyone of any crime, I must be sure if they were working alone or with another. This is a perfect opportunity to find evidence of any collusion and look for the murder weapon. Yeah, allowed her to check the body. Key to the East Wing rooms. Okay. I'm gonna assume, yep. Should make myself known before entering.
Entrez.
I'm in. The Comtesse's room would be... It would be rude not to address her before searching the room. Okay. Talk to the lady. Hi.
Detective, what a pleasure. I did not expect to see you in my chambers.
In a purely professional capacity, I can assure you.
Oh, how
There's
droll.
no need to act so stiff, Detective.
Madame, after the revelation of your actions last night, I'm afraid my sense of humor is all but gone.
I will not apologize again for merely trying to help. Shall we get straight to it then? Let us not waste your time any further, Detective.
I saw you conversing with one of the young servants yesterday.
That would be Inga. She has been one of the most promising young women that has come from the shelter.
Madame Van den Bosch took in a young lady from your shelter.
There is no need to sound so surprised, Detective. She does have a heart.
Somewhere in there.
I did not mean to sound so cruel. I just did not expect Madame to hire someone of that background after the incident with her previous maid, Florette.
People change, Detective.
Well,
You should not judge someone on their past actions.
Believe me, Countess, I know that only too well.
I commend you on your dedication with the women you help. It is most honorable.
Be careful, Detective. That almost sounded like a compliment.
Wow.
It is your actions in this house that have been questionable, Madame. Your work outside is something that many more could take note of.
We do what we can.
You've been able to find many of the girls from the shelter work.
We wouldn't be doing a very good job if I could only help one girl. I in fact found work for one of them as a maid in Monsieur da Silva's house recently.
She has fitted into Monsieur's home well.
What is better, detective? That she remained in an abusive house, or she is able to rebuild her life with an honest wage in a prosperous house?
When put like that, is she happy in her position?
The happiest she has been in years. I check in with them all as often as possible. And if there was a problem, I would know.
I'm glad to hear that more girls are building a better future for themselves, and it is with help from the comm test that it has been able to happen.
Merci, madame.
Thank you. Gramophone player. Yeah, music in one's home, yes. I don't think I should be reading her book. Perhaps the happy couple's engagement has put someone in a particularly romantic mood. Oh, no. Package. Perhaps a present from the family as a thank you for their hospitality. Oh. First aid kit. A first aid kit full of medical equipment, bandages, plasters, antiseptics, and a pair of scissors. A piano. He's probably going to be like, I would play it, but I don't want to embarrass myself. That's what I thought. Okay, well... Beautiful. Nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, wait. Talk to her again?
Go ahead, detective.
Perhaps I was a little rash with my response to you examining the Major's body.
A compliment and now an apology. Well, detective, you certainly have changed your tune.
There was something I was still unsure of. You mentioned that your training was some years ago.
From my days as a nurse, oui.
Okay.
If that is so, why would you have brought several pieces of equipment usually found in a physician's bag?
One must always be prepared, detective.
Okay, fair.
Prepared? At an engagement celebration?
If I had not brought them, I would not have been able to assist you last night. Perhaps you should be thankful for my precaution and not so suspicious.
Well, it's a very strange coincidence, you know? And had she not brought them at all, I would not have had to ask such a question. Exactly.
Merci, madame.
Thank you. Okay, well, goodbye. Gonna find somebody else. Oh, it automatically takes me to the next one. The ever-guarded Jacqueline Conrad. It's time I should question her on her conversation with the Major before searching her room. Okay.
Detective, what can I do for you?
Yeah. You know, I can kind of understand how some people were probably like, this game is just like super boring, but like I don't know. It has different pacing. I don't know. Like every mystery game is kind of different. There's enough dialogue and stuff. There's not a lot of like empty space other than if I get kind of lost trying to figure out what I'm supposed to look at. But yeah, I don't know. I find it like a perfectly fine game. Also, hi Dixies, how are you doing today?
Mademoiselle, I am sure you understand my reasoning for such intrusion.
If it's going to clear my name, be my guest.
The filthy American.
If you wouldn't mind answering some questions, it can hopefully be cleared faster.
I'd like to start with your relationship with the Major.
Like I said, he's not the man he wants everyone to think he is.
Oui, but how is it you came to that conclusion?
You don't really want me to recount every conversation I've had with him, do you?
There is one particular I had in mind.
Life is going. Yeah, same here. Tell me about your argument.
An argument would imply it was a two-way conversation.
And that is not how it was?
Here it is. I've been helping Angeline get exposure, her marriage to Gideon is big news, and his work is really paving the way for others. I saw the chance to get their names out there, and he didn't like it.
Uh-huh.
What was there not to like?
Your guess is as good as mine, detective. But if I had to, I'd say he was jealous it wasn't his name at the top of the article.
Huh.
And his reason to storm off?
Oh, you know about that. Let's just say I didn't accept his pathetic attempt to get me to stop the story. If you're gonna try and pay someone off, at least make it worth their while.
I thought the Major would only be supportive of Mademoiselle Angeline, and there must be more to why he would not want her success to be known. I'm sure you've grown wary of the subject, but Monsieur Beckers...
You've really got a fascination with that guy, huh?
I would not say fascination. An interest, perhaps.
Well, I'll save you the bother of trying to find out more about him. He's not that interesting. In fact, he's a bit of a wimp if you ask me.
That is not the impression I got of him.
That's...
Oh, that's because you've only seen the side of him he wants you to. He knows what to say in front of the right people, but behind closed doors, he's clueless.
Let me
Clueless
guess.
in what way?
The first thing he told you was that he was a union leader. No, the voice of the people.
I mean, actually, yes.
A man that is proud of his work is not something to be sneered at.
Don't get me wrong, he has a way with words, and he can certainly rally a crowd. But that's about it. At the end of the day, he's a representative and nothing more. He's got to play the part, not just learn the lines.
Mademoiselle does not think particularly highly of Monsieur Beckers. She is a strong, independente woman, but to use the term wimp is an unnecessary attack on his character.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to relax.
Sure thing, Detective. And if you change your mind on that exclusive about that shooting...
Of course.
If I do change it, you shall be the first to know.
That was helpful. I'm going to look at your newspaper. Among them, a recent article by Jackie Conrad about the riots linked to Ernesto's factory. Peaceful strikes turn to loss of life as violence breaks out on Frontline, following the tragic events in the city that has darkened the spirits of the people and brought to a screeching halt the rising defiance of the working class. The area has been cordoned off and police presence at the scene has increased. Factory security forces have been asked to step down and the powers handed over to law enforcement services. Workers laid down their tools, switched off all machinery, and stood together shoulder to shoulder as the fight for fair pay and conditions raged on. What started as peaceful protests by those employed at the factories has turned into a battle of class with support for the workers coming in from all over the city. Although reports have not been confirmed, sources state that violence broke out following a second wave surge of supporters. Official numbers have not been published, but it is believed that as many as 8 workers have lost their lives in the infighting. Oh. The Workers' Frontline has been considered as a representation of the people and the working class of Belgium that now refuse to work in such demanding conditions for such a demeaning and insufficient wage. Chief Commissioner... Wait. Oh, 4,000 riot, 5 dead. I was like, 4,000 dead. Chief Commissioner LaRue has confirmed that the outbreak of violence and resulting civilian deaths are being investigated, and an official statement is to be made in the coming days. Jacqueline Conrad. Good job, Jacqueline. Cupboard? Why is it open? There's nothing of interest. What's this? Pocket knife. I presume this belongs to Jackie. Chasing a good story may lead her into some precarious scenarios. Okay. Lettered workstation.
Oh.
Jackie has set up a makeshift office in her room. She must bring her work with her everywhere. Mr. Artigue spotted leaving the Velvet Tickle Friday at 23:15. Camber House has been poaching off neighboring land, boar, deer, and duck. Maggot to follow up. Miss Bont found her husband in the marital bed with a young maidservant. Testament from maid needed. Mr. Denault overheard the cackling crow speaking poorly of King Leopold. He said, questionable ideas. We say doubtful, skeptical, shady. Notes from Francis by Monday. Okay. I guess I talked to her again since I've looked around the room.
Go right ahead, Detective.
I was surprised to learn Monsieur de Silva and the Major worked together.
All Felix cared about was money and filling his pockets with it. That's why he got into bed with de Silva.
The Major was not in need of money, though.
Need and want are two very different things. Did he need to move here and leech off the Madame? No, but he wanted to.
Tell me your opinion of their work together.
As far as I know, de Silva hired him to work security. He was worried what could happen to his precious factories if things got ugly.
And your reporters were there to cover the story when it did turn that way.
My reporters go where there is news to be told.
And you predicted the violence that occurred?
Anyone could see that was gonna happen. If you ask me, Hugo should have acted sooner.
Okay.
Merci, mademoiselle. I shall leave you to relax.
Okay. What do I have? Do I have anything? I have nothing. Okay, goodbye. To the next room. So we're just gonna kind of... This is gonna be basically like the previous chapter in the salon, except we're going to everybody's room and looking at their stuff. Here we are in Mademoiselle Angeline and Gedgen's room. I wonder what we shall find. Oh, they're not here. There does not seem... Okay, nothing interesting. There's never anything interesting in the drawers. Photograph? It seems they used to be closer. Perhaps their recent behavior was merely a facade. Could it be possible that Gedgen collaborated with Zacharia? Oh, look at them! It's them together. Bros. Gedgen's room is pristine. I could have mistaken it for my own. That's it? Okay. Drinks globe. I wonder how many travel Okay. Well, he's probably going to talk about the workmanship of the clock, so we're not going to talk... Nothing's... Okay. So there's literally nothing. Oh, wait. No, that's just the door. This... Okay, so there's a possibility he lied about his brother. It's the second floor hall. Ugh. With all the west guest room search, I should make my way to the guest rooms on the east of the first floor. There must be evidence of collusion somewhere. All right, to the east. Gathering stuff. Oh, that's the major study. I don't need to go there though. I think I already figured out everything I could. That's the storeroom. Oh wait, I'm on the because I'm on the third floor or second floor, because it's ground floor, first floor, second floor. Things are different. Here in America, we call the bottom floor the first floor, usually. All right. Oh.
Mademoiselle.
Hi.
We meet again.
Bonjour, Monsieur Poirot. Pardon, Détective Poirot.
Just a detective is quite all right.
Bon, can I help you with something?
It was you that alerted the house to the Major's body, was it not?
I was taking him a plate of food, but he didn't answer to my knocking.
You then entered the study.
I did. He wasn't moving. He just lay there.
I did not mean to upset you again. Seeing him there would be troubling for anyone, and I'm sure it is not a memory you wish to relive.
Tell me about your relationship with the other staff.
I suppose we're like a family. We argue, but most of the time we get along.
You must all be quite close, then.
Some more than others.
You refer to whom, mademoiselle?
Well, Maman Ray, sorry, Rihanna, she's been here the longest, and she's very close with Lizzie on account of Luke.
Oh. How is it Mademoiselle Elizabeth's late fiancé connects them?
Maman Ray is Luke's sister.
Oh!
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
I thought she would have said. She talks about him all the time. It must have been awful, losing him in those riots.
What?
Apparently, he was right at the front when they were charged.
Oh.
They didn't stand a chance. If I had been the one responsible for his death, I wouldn't want Maman Ray looking for me.
Oh.
Mademoiselle Rihanna, Maman Ray, she has expressed her desire for revenge.
Every time she talks about what happened.
How is it that the knowledge of Luke's death has eluded me for so long? The death of a brother is certainly motive enough. Did not see an aggressive side to Mademoiselle Rihanna when we spoke, but I wonder if she would act on such impulses for revenge if the opportunity arose. Wow, so he died. He was one of the deaths. You do not mind me inquiring, what brought you to the women's shelter?
I guess you wouldn't know anything about life on the streets.
It is not an experience I have had to face personally, but I understand that many are forced into it, and the lifestyle that comes with it.
The lifestyle of a thief, you mean?
Put rather bluntly.
Yeah.
You are the first officer that has not taken one look at me and pulled out their handcuffs.
Mademoiselle, I can see you have turned your life around, and I commend you on your efforts.
Without the Countess, I would probably be rotting in a cell somewhere.
There's an obvious alliance to the Comtesse, and an understandable one at that.
Merci.
Thank you. Da-da-da-da. Oh, new mind map. Uncover Ing's involvement in recent affairs. Ing may be nothing more than a young, innocent maid, but there's something that she is withholding. If I am to solve the cases before me, I must learn what it is. Okay, they're connected. She got the job from Margot. Confirmed she found the body. Feels disconnected from her peers. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go over here now. Oh, not the southeast quarter. I guess this is the east quarter? Oh, that's Zachariah's bedroom. Is he in here? Is he drinking again? He's in here. I wonder if Monsieur Zachariah is as seemingly innocent as his brother. I should speak with him before searching his room. Hi.
Monsieur Demir, I hope you are feeling better today.
Nothing a good night's sleep couldn't fix.
Très bien. I wonder if you would be up to discussing certain matters with me.
Whatever you need.
I'm sorry if dealing with the Major's body brought up any familiar emotions.
I lost my taste for death a long time ago, but it had to be done. I'm certainly in no rush to be carrying a dead body again, though.
Most understandable. I shall extend the same gratitude to you as I did to your brother.
You've spoken to him already. How is he?
Perhaps that should be a question you ask him yourself.
Yeah, maybe.
Spoke with your brother about your past.
I bet he had a lot to say. He always did have an opinion on the war.
When I say your past, I refer to your past as brothers.
Oh. Okay, well, what did he say?
Yeah, don't keep me in suspense.
It seems you both had the same sentiment for this party. Perhaps the bridges that you thought were once burnt are in fact primed to be reconstructed.
We'll see how probable that reconstruction is going to be. Until he sees my point of view, I don't know how we can move forward.
What is there for him to understand before the bond can be repaired?
He lost his friends in the war, the same as everyone. But somehow he has forgiven. I'm sorry, Detective, I can't. And Gideon just doesn't understand that.
After speaking with Monsieur Gideon about his brother's state of mind, I think the best thing for them both would be a reconciliation. There is something about Monsieur Zachariah's story that he's leaving out, though. The death of his friends and comrades weighs heavily on him. Your brother was talking with the Comtesse while in the salon. I was not aware they were so close.
Those two, close.
Oh.
They must share something in common to be able to hold a conversation for the time they did.
If there is one thing I know about my brother, it's that he will not. No. He cannot be rude. He just doesn't have it in him.
Was it not your brother that punched Monsieur Hagen?
Ah, that's different. He was asking for it. If you put my brother in a room with 5 socialites like her, he would work his way around every single one of them, offering his full attention and finest manners.
Okay.
Merci for your assistance, monsieur.
All right, now I'm going to check your room. Cigarette butts. The room is littered with mess. Cigarette butts discarded right next to the ashtray. Okay. Ceremonial dagger? An ornamental dagger from Zachariah's time in the war. Yeah. Gramophone. Window. Plant.
Oh.
Plants lean and rely on each other to survive. Something we as a species could take a lesson from. Thanks. Hi, I saw your dagger.
Always got time for my favorite detective.
There's a particular item I found while conducting my search.
The dagger. I wondered how long it would take for that to become an issue.
I shall give you the opportunity to explain the reason for it being here before I jump to any conclusions.
It was going to be a wedding gift for Gideon. I've maybe not been the best brother in recent years. I thought this could make up for some of it. After what happened to the Major, I thought it was a bit tasteless.
Well, yeah.
You
true.
did not see it fitting to tell me you were harboring a rather sizable knife in your room?
I wouldn't say harboring. And I wasn't expecting to be a suspect in a murder.
I mean, fair, unless you were.
Merci for your assistance, monsieur.
Okay. Bye. I thought I was supposed to be able to go to the East Wing, though, so I could... Oh, okay, now we are going to the next. Monsieur Becker's room. Without him here, I'm free to search it. Okay, that's probably the article about the dead guy. This room is a mess. I don't want to look at the grandfather clock. I want to look at the book. Inside Hugo's notebook, a hasty scribble regarding a meeting with, who I assume, Ernesto. Curious. Note. Seems he has been attempting to write a speech of some kind. Unsuccessfully, though. I wonder, does this fit a pattern of behavior with Hugo? You underestimate the power of man's defiance. Your men, you are in a position to bring this to an end. All we have, if you, your weapon, money will not save your soul. He's not very good at writing a speech, I guess. A plant. Window? There's a note on the window. He's probably going to talk about the snow. He talked about the snow. Knew he was going to talk about the snow. There's a book. Photograph.
Aha.
With so many siblings, it must have been difficult for Hugo to get attention. Oh, whoa. Well, I see him back there, and then... I like how, like, everybody else looks super Frodo-realistic, except he looks kind of out of place. That is a lot of people, though. Damn, Hugo. Well... Cool. The next guest room. I'm assuming it would probably be like, hey, you still gotta search stuff if I didn't look. Okay. The business-minded Monsieur de Silva's room. Hey, nice hat that's not yours.
Monsieur de Silva, I am sure you understand the necessity for this type of search.
Not really, Detective. Your speech was rather spirited, but it did not give me much faith in your investigation.
Thanks.
I have not had my abilities questioned to my face by one of those I suspect of a crime before.
Well, if you wish to prove me wrong, you should hurry up and find Felix's killer.
And I hope, with your help, monsieur, I shall.
Madame Van den Bosch spoke of your work with her late husband.
Yes, I helped him invest some money. Unfortunately, he was not the businessman he thought he was.
Madame Van den Bosch had a very similar view. At least he could have taken solace that you are both in the same position.
I think you're confused, Detective. It was Edwin that lost his fortune, not I.
Forgive my naivete. If you were helping him make viable investments, would you not have seen the same opportunity for yourself?
I told him about the opportunities. I did not tell him to put his whole family's wealth into it. The prospect of doing good meant more to him than his profit margins. He was bound to fail.
The business declared bankruptcy.
It did, until it was purchased for a fraction of its worth and made the new owner a small fortune.
Beginning to see Monsieur de Silva's more ruthless side. It sounds as though the Viscount was trying to at least make a positive change, but perhaps he was missing Monsieur de Silva's cutthroat edge. What we spoke of last night regarding Madame Van den Bosch.
Everything that I want to say on that matter has already been said.
I understand, monsieur. But what I would like to know is, was the late Viscount aware of your feelings towards his wife?
Excuse me, Detective, but you have crossed the line.
Have I?
Crossed the line like an attempt to bankrupt a business partner and friend so that you'll be able to swoop in and impress a certain target of your affections.
You make such ridiculous accusations without a shred of proof.
Your reaction at the mere suggestion is proof enough, monsieur. While I cannot arrest you for betrayal of a friend, I can hope your conscience does not forget, and that will be punishment enough.
Monsieur de Silva's actions are not a criminal offense, but if there was a penalty for deception and deceit, he would surely receive a life sentence. If he has gone to such lengths before, what would stop him from committing a similar act again, this time to the Major? I know you have worked with the Major, but what do you know of his finances?
He didn't have much to speak of. I was always surprised at the life he lived.
Surprised in what way?
Well, considering it wasn't that long ago he came to me asking about work, I didn't think he was in such good financial shape.
You offered him a position.
Nothing that he was willing to lower himself to. That's when he began talking about what else he could do for me.
Major worked security for your factories?
If you can call what him and his team did security. For the money I paid, I did not expect them to be so reckless.
It was a considerable amount you paid him?
There's no need to divulge amounts, but it was certainly more than was expected.
One would expect a business of Monsieur de Silva's caliber to have agreed a price for the Major's services. Why would he allow the Major to barter more? Tell me about the Major's security team.
He said they were all professionals, but I saw nothing of the sort. He said he had worked with them all in the army as their superior officer. They were men that could be trusted.
But that was not the case?
I had not even met them before they arrived on site. They brought their own equipment. They looked like they knew what they were doing.
And this equipment, it included the weapons that injured and killed the workers?
It was not much of a choice, Detective. I said they didn't need them, but Felix said it was essential. He said he knew better.
The more Monsieur talks, the shadier his dealings with the Major become. It's beginning to sound as though the riots were no accident.
That is all for now.
Except I'm gonna check this hat. It's not important. I would check this letter. A letter stating the blackmailer would reveal information of his questionable business dealings. Monsieur de Silva, at first you may question the nature of this letter, but by its conclusion you will know that what you have fought so hard to keep hidden could be far from it. You have spent years feeding off of the hard-working backs of others and offering nothing in return. Your workers continue to take their lives into their own hands day after day with your shoddy, damaged, and dangerous machines for a fraction of what they deserve. Deal after deal is made, and while your pockets become fatter, lining them with more of your blood money, it is your workers that must pay the price. The mistreatment and pain you have caused does not only reside in the factories that you own, but the house that you live in. You do not value the lives of those that allow you to live the opulent life that you do, and I will not allow that to continue. I can no longer sit back and watch as you disregard any sense of integrity or morality and continue to remain on your self-made pedestal, lording over those that deserve so much more. It is time you paid the price for your crimes, and the cost is 5,000 francs. It's always 5,000. It is a small price to pay for my silence, for if I do not receive it before Friday, it will not be cash you are paying, but rather years behind bars. Bring the money in a small brown paper parcel addressed to Monsieur Cordier to the post office on Rue des Entrepôts. I think that, I don't know. Give it to the cashier and leave. If you do as requested, you will not hear from me again, and you may continue your life of luxury. It is obvious you do not value others' lives, but I urge you to consider what yours is worth. Damn. That is pretty good threats. Letter. Contract for a partnership between Ernesto and Hugo. It's missing Hugo's signature. 12.1. This is an agreement governed by the laws of the Kingdom of Belgium. Both parties agree to the following. 1. Current workers strikes shall cease in all manners and form. 2. Factory floor machine operators and supervisors shall return to their positions immediately. 3. Terms of the above contract shall be implemented and relevant action taken directly. Signed, M. Ernesto de Silva, factory owner and employer, Ernesto de Silva. M. Hugo Beckers, union leader. Okay. Letter opener. A razor-sharp letter opener, almost brand new, lies discarded on the floor. Hey, bro, what about that letter opener?
What is it now, Detective?
I know you're already mad at me, but I gotta ask you more questions. Push on why Ernesto hid the letter.
I have spoken of a potential blackmail ring, and yet you still kept your letter to yourself.
It is none of your business. And it is nothing more than a cheap trick to have me admit something that is not true.
If it's not true, then why are you scared?
If that were the case, it would be strange for you to have kept the letter and brought it with you, would it not?
Your persistence is a trait I do not enjoy.
Monsieur de Silva has remained blunt, if not curt, with his responses to my questions. Perhaps it would be best to act in a courteous and empathetic manner so that he may be more forthcoming with the truth of his blackmail letter. Okay.
No reason, detective. Merely saving you from wasting your time.
I will be the judge of that. I would like to know about any and all evidence that may help my investigation. I trust there is nothing else you deem a waste of my time.
Of course not, officer. It's not as though you think I'm harboring some illicit secret. The letter was a pathetic attempt to intimidate me. Nothing more.
Deal after deal is made, and while you're okay. Yeah, opulent life.
I've never heard so much rubbish in all my life. I value those that work hard and deserve it.
Oh, I remember. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Because this guy really sounds like he's lying. I seem to remember somebody talking about this scene in particular.
That suggests there are some that you do not respect.
Yes, well, why should I praise someone for doing a poor job? You make me sound like some monster.
I don't know. I get like deja vu.
Monsieur, the letter does not only discuss your questionable business dealings, but also cases of abuse against your staff. Both accusations that must be taken very seriously.
Detective, there is a difference between telling a member of my staff what to do and abuse.
But also, if it's like in a bad place, then, you know.
And it is you that decides where that line is drawn?
In my house? Yes, it is.
Monsieur does not like being pressed on the subject of how he treats his staff. If he has nothing to hide, there should be no need for such a reaction. Were you expecting some correspondence this weekend?
Excuse me? Detective, I think you are beginning to lose your mind.
I do not think it is unreasonable to question why you would feel the need to bring a letter opener with you.
Really, Detective? If I had stabbed a man with it, do you really think I would have left it lying out in my room?
Monsieur de Silva is correct. It was a stretch to believe someone would be so careless. The murder weapon remains somewhere in the house, though. Monsieur Demir invited Monsieur Becker so that you two might sit down and find some common ground.
Yes, and no one asked him to.
Oh, wow.
But surely it is beneficial to both parties. Your profits must have been affected.
There are barely any profits to speak of.
Why have those talks not taken place and a deal arranged?
Monsieur Beckers has made no attempt to speak with me and offered no counter-offer. The ball is in his court, Detective.
Although it is Monsieur de Silva's wages and treatment of his staff that is in question, it sounds as though he is at least trying to resolve the issue. Surprising, unlike Monsieur Becker's. Do you have any ideas as to which staff member may have expressed their abuse?
Please stop calling it that. I treat all my servants exactly how I always have, and no one has complained before.
Maybe they're scared, bro.
That does not mean your behavior is
exactly.
They have one chance. If they are not doing the job they are hired to do, they are gone.
Wow.
You would be surprised how many staff expect an easy ride.
It's not an easy ride. They can learn. Did not expect Monsieur to treat his staff the same as his friends, but I also did not expect him to treat them like stray dogs.
Is there a specific member of staff that may have expected such a ride?
There is one girl, a new maid. I didn't expect great things from her, but Comtesse de Vos promised me she could do what was required.
This must be the young girl that the Comtesse spoke of. Perhaps the positions she is finding with these girls are not the best fit.
That is all for now.
Yeah, Is it? Is it though? All right. Well, to the next person. Oh, it's not letting me leave. Why isn't it letting me leave? There's no more to talk to him about, is there? Or do I have to do mind map stuff? Oh, okay, I guess. Oh, whoa. There's a point here too. What is new? Oh, with so many blackmail letters. So 2 went to Angeline, 1 went to the Major, and 1 went to Ernesto. Like another wishes family to leave the manor. Ernesto entreated. Oh. Maybe motives?
This will not get me any closer to my... Ain't got job for Margot. There's so much going on. With that, I don't know. That goes through some crucial stuff. That's probably not a thing. Think. What the hell? What connection could I make? Jackie knows a lot about the guests. Mayor, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Maybe we don't know enough about the blackmail. Hi, Triped. How are you doing? Lose everything, including the house. What if it's a staff member? No, that's wrong. If I am to uncover the...
You're doing decent. I'm also doing... I'm doing all right. Could be better, could be worse. Oh, we're putting 2 and 2 together.
I should not be surprised.
You know, I should have known. It's weird when the connections are so close sometimes. Margot is making her shelter girls do her dirty work, finding dirt on members of the social elite. Oh, Margot has a network of helpers. How did this crime occur? Oh, so Margot's like, she did really not like the Major. Ooh, that might be bad. Yeah. Well, no, I get that. I've had a rough few months, and this month is slightly better, but still not amazing. And it's, I don't know. I'm waiting for things to be like good. You just had to say, oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. In 15 days, yeah, because that's still a decent amount of recovery time. So it sucks, yeah, to still be in pain after all that. Ugh. Okay, talk to Jackie. I already did that. Pocket knife. No. Ernesto employed server. Yeah, okay. God, I've got so many things. Allowed her to check the body. Thank you very... Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's like the worst. And on your hand, like, I always feel like hand and foot injuries are some of the worst things to have because, like, you use them a lot. And, oh, yeah, the pins. Oh, well, it happens. It sucks that it screwed up your hand, though. Okay. It's a gift. Okay. Does that mean that connection? Nope, not connection.
That is the
so
way
it burns a lot. Yeah. Eesh. There's a plate to Margot. What am I supposed to do? Possible collusion. Oh, maybe this? Oh, thank you so much for the follow.
This will not get me any
Who's colluding? I mean, bros probably. It's pristine. Sarah Burns. Hesitant to talk to him. Photos. Reconcile? Okay.
To become clear.
The Demir brothers' estranged relationship is enough to suggest they would not have worked together. Oh, okay. They're unlikely to cooperate. All right. And then I feel like Hugo and Ernesto wouldn't. Gotta go tomorrow at 9 a.m. too. Yeah, I know. After stuff like that, they usually, you have to go back quite a few times for them to make sure things are healing right. Unwilling to pay blackmail. Helped him find a maid. Oh, wait. Da-da-da-da?
Is there
No.
something I have?
Frick. Yeah, there is something you're missing. First aid kit. Da-da-da. Came prepared. Eh?
Come, my little Grace.
It's like what? I honestly don't know what other connection could be made. There's just a lot going on. Wait, I am from Texas. Allow her to check the body. She can't prepare. Like,
I must take
no.
a different.
Okay, I think it's gonna tell. Oh, it's literally. I was thinking that. Fit a pattern. Oh, slow to react. So yeah, okay. Oh, you're from Belgium? Oh shit, so it's late for you right now, isn't it? Things are kind of starting to become clear. I have a couple of friends in the UK and one in Italy and a couple in the Netherlands. And I know it's... Wait. I don't know if Belgium is... Oh, okay, so it's just... Oh yeah, it's not that late. It's only 5 o'clock here. I keep forgetting. So yeah, it's not super late, but it's past midnight. I gotcha. Yeah, because you're 7 hours ahead of me. In Jackie's opinion, she doesn't value Hugo particularly highly. Would he collaborate with anyone else, I wonder? I don't know. Oh, come on. He wouldn't collaborate with Hugo, I don't think. I feel like he would really not like Hugo. How the hell are we supposed to... Okay, so the brothers wouldn't work together. Mail letter. Unwilling to play back. Oh, where's my shoulder? Came prepared. I feel like partially signed contract. Because you got to wake up in 7. Oh, yeah. Fair. Contract for a partnership between Ernesto and Hugo. It's missing Hugo's signature. I don't think that would...
Order and
no.
method.
Order and method. Yeah. Man. I think I already tried that. Yeah. Oh, maybe. Huh?
I must act on...
No! Might just make another mistake, because I have no idea. Okay, so it could be those two. Pristine condition. Okay, knife. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I don't know. Like, it's probably something obvious.
The logic.
Okay. Oh, it's what? Jackie unlikely, but his no. What?
Another success.
But I thought I already figured that out. Hugo and Ernesto confirmed each other's alibis. It's possible that they may have colluded to murder the Major. Can I find anything to support this? Oh, come on. Oh, probably the partially signed contract, I guess? Okay, that makes sense. Doubtful this duo would collaborate. Would Ernesto deal with another member of the house? Perhaps someone who never confirmed his alibi? Oh, another point. Okay, so they seem unlikely. Oh, this is getting complicated. I already tried her, though, I thought. Unless Archibald and Margot. Did I already...
I must take a different...
Trying to think. Probably a logical solution. But the blackmail letter came from someone. Prepared. I don't know how that... Yeah, I could have mistaken it for my own. Like, so was he not sleeping in his room then? So he's been in his room. Wait, would it be this? Are they hanging out?
Logic in this.
Hi, thanks, Gar. How are you doing today? Welcome. I'm terrible at making connections. Ceremonial dagger. Nope, I can't put that together. Yeah, what the hell? I'm just making connections to get the thing that shows me what the hell I'm missing. Oh, it's these two? Unlikely to collude. Employed what? Oh, is that going to bring up that they could have...
surprised by my own skills of
oh my gosh. You saw you were recently playing Celeste? It's good. I died a bunch, but I got... I did all 7 chapters. And then I tried to do chapter 8, but it turns out you can't do chapter 8 unless you get all of the, like, gems in each area, or all the crystal hearts or whatever. And so that was the fastest, like, 3-minute playthrough of chapter 8, because I was like, well, I don't have that. Good job. But it was fun. I wasn't really fond of the wind mechanic or the goop, the black rhythmic goop. But it was fun. It's a very interesting platformer. And I collected, like, I think 1/3 of the strawberries. You chip away. Yeah, I've heard that it's ridiculous, but it was made that way. Everybody, the couple of people I talked to were like, no, if you play through the first 7 chapters, that's basically all the story you really need. Like, that's the story. There's a little bit of extra, but you don't have to go through that if you don't want to. Yeah, the music was very good as well. I have to go through some of the B-sides because the music's, like, they go even harder. Should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction. Okay. Ernest doesn't strike me as the sort of man that would ask for help, no matter how important. Okay, so you talked to Margot.
What is it now, detective?
Yeah, so I'm definitely... I don't know if I'll do the B-sides on stream. I might do that on my own, but I could always... Maybe I'll do some attempts. Who knows? The game, even though I died a lot, I didn't really get, like, super mad, because the game is kind of about dying a lot. Like, there's a lot to learn. And even, like... Even in the loading screens, they're like, don't worry if you die. That means you're learning. And I'm like, you know what? That makes sense. Which is funny. Because it's like the same thing with Dark Souls, but Dark Souls always makes me mad, even if it's a learning experience. They're doable. They just take a lot of... Yeah, that's what I figure. Did you speak with the Comtesse directly about hiring a servant from the shelter? And I'm sure probably not collecting the strawberries makes it easier too.
I thought it was rather brash.
Because the strawberries are always like harder to get anyway because it's an extra little challenge.
In what way?
So how are you doing, Brick?
Assuming that I would want to take on another servant, and one from such a troubled background. She is running the charity, not I.
Wow, Ernesto, you suck. Monsieur, there's something you're keeping from me. Your business relationship with the Major was obviously towing the line of legality.
When he came to me, I told him that with the factories on strike and my profits pouring down the drain, I had nothing for him. But he said he could help me get them all back to work and the factories earning.
Oh?
His rates were steep, but he said he knew what needed to be done, and he was prepared to do it. A week passed and they were all still on strike. In fact, even more had joined them.
Jeez. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, it's good and bad. I like the fact that a lot of indie titles get really cheap on the Switch, but I also hate that because, like, Nintendo titles, like, never go below maybe, like, 75%. Whereas, like, there's a lot of indie titles that'll go down to, like, they'll go down, like, to 10% of their original price or something ridiculous, which it really isn't good for that. But more exposure and more people buying stuff is good. It kind of sucks. But also, I like buying games cheap because I'm not made of money, you know? I was actually talking to RC about that today, where I'm like, man, getting new games is just hard. Like, and that's why I currently have it set, like, as a Ko-Fi goal for Super Mario RPG and also PayPal, because I'm like, new games that I want to play on stream are probably going to be community funded, because I just need to focus all of my money into like my debt and car payment and stuff, because I want to get rid of that. I don't want to worry about it anymore. That's the big thing. It's just, yeah, it's something I should have been focused on, but also like you're like, new games. Yes. Yeah, no, exactly, Gar. Like, and I've done it with Nintendo games, but the thing it sucks is I do it with Nintendo games because most of the time you'll never find them for cheaper anyway. So I'm just like, whatever, I'll eat this, I'll take this L basically. And I enjoy the games, but it's also just like, man, everything's so expensive.
He made excuse after excuse, demanding more and more money for the job to be done. But he never actually told me what he was going to do.
And that's why I want to play more like older games and stuff that I already have that I haven't beaten. I want to play on stream and do for YouTube, because otherwise I'm never going to get around to them. Like, there's so many games, guys. It's ridiculous.
The riots.
I had no idea they were going to charge them like that. How was I meant to know?
And even following such a tragedy, he continued to demand money from you.
Yeah, and that's the mindset I'm kind of going on, Brick, where I'm like, I can't justify it really. Like, it's getting to the point where, you know, especially, gosh, there's at least like 8 games that have come out in the past few months that I want to play, but that's hundreds of dollars. And I'm just like, I can't do that. I really can't justify it. Cost of new games makes your head hurt, especially when, yeah, I would love to be debt-free, but, you know, America is very good at keeping you in debt.
He said if he wanted my silence, it would cost. Do you have any idea what it could do to my livelihood, my name? If it got out that I had paid the so-called security that did that.
I have every idea, monsieur. You hired a militia to take action against your own workers.
Yeah.
You deserve whatever name is chosen for being so morally bereft in your decision-making.
Yeah, suck it, man. People don't feel bad for you losing your position because you killed some of your workers.
I didn't know that was what he was going to do. You must believe me.
It really does, Gar. It really does.
I have to believe nothing but the truth. And the truth, monsieur, is that it is not only the Major that has the blood of those men on his hands.
Yeah,
That is all for now.
All right, bye. Wait, is it time to make, yep. You're currently debt-free, but you're studying, so give it a few years, yeah, it's, God, I don't think, you know what? I don't think there was ever a point in my adult life where I didn't have debt. I just had less debt, but I really want to work on things and actually become 100% debt-free. University. Yeah, no. Most countries have, you know, free or reduce like your university costs, or many more ways to help. Like here, you either get a loan or you get a grant or something, and grants are not very easy to get. So it's just like, oh God. Yeah, it's scholarships. Yeah. Like, they make it very hard to be able to do much of anything. And also, like, I wish I didn't have to have a car, because cars are expensive, and I like my car. It's helpful. But car payment, gas, insurance, yearly inspections, and stickers, like, it adds up. It's just, oh, God. What did I go to? Are you tired with me, or? I don't know what Brick's doing. I actually went to school for a year for like engineering, but it went very badly because I was super burnt out from high school. So I didn't really make it off the ground. And I was so ashamed afterwards, because the thing is, my grandparents paid for most of it, that I was just like, I can't, nope. Like, and the thing is, I know I could go back to school and probably not pay too much if I did like online courses and stuff, but that like burned me pretty bad, and I've just been kind of doing my own thing and all that. Like I worked in retail for so long. There's just a lot. You got lost on your phone? Well, that's okay. welcome back. What were you doing? TikTok? I know Seer sent me a TikTok. But yeah, it's... God, I really should have stuck with it, but I don't know. The freedom of things and all that, and just...
I must act on thought and
Your best friends are engineers, and it sounds... Yeah, I think that was the thing, is I liked the idea of it and the pay and all that, but I wasn't really prepared for the amount of work, and even then, yeah. I really kind of fucked myself over, and like in recent years, like I'm trying to learn Spanish now. I'm trying to expand things, you know, and keep things fresh, but my mom has talked a few times about like going back to school, but I'm like, I can't, like with the debt I'm in now, it's hard to imagine me like getting back into school. 4 years, 20 under. Oh, okay. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, they don't do that here. They just want your money here. It's bad. Okay, okay, so they could work together. Something perturbs me about Margot's forceful nature. Reminds me of another incident. Forceful incident? Oh, shit. Oh, wait, is it here? Is that? No, that was the connect. So maybe she coerced Archibald to let her check the body. Margot may know more than she's letting on if she has an inside link with the staff of the house. Is that it? I have found no clear evidence of the guests working together in any capacity. Wow. So we spent an hour doing that. We are no closer. What has become clear is the Comtesse's connection to the staff. Could there be something more to their relationship? Okay, so now I need to go out and talk to Ing. You're just a Nepo baby. Yeah, like, and I'm of the mind that, like, I could go to college. I don't know if it would really help all that much. Like, the annoying thing is most jobs either require no experience or too much experience. And even then, like, a lot of times, college-level careers, they want you to have, like, 5 years experience in the field. And you're like, that's impossible. I went to school for a few years, and that doesn't really count. Like, the system is so just, like, fucked here, really. You get 400, which covers your rent. Oh, God, I wish my rent was that cheap. Well, I guess 400 euros, you're close to what? Yeah. Because I spend about $1,000 a month on rent, USD. Granted, that includes water, but I still have to pay electricity, and it's been summertime, so electricity is not cheap. You don't know what I do? Oh yeah, civil engineering. I thought you had talked about it, which civil engineering is still rough because there's a lot that goes on with that. It's true. When you graduate from uni, the entry-level jobs want to have 3 years. Yeah, which is exactly. And it's like, how are we supposed to learn if you're like, you need to do this, but also you need 3 years of experience? It's like the credit problem in America, where they're like, you need credit to do this, but you can't have credit until you build credit. But you don't have credit built because you've never had credit before. And credit is also a topic that's absolute bullshit, but it's, ugh, God. There's a lot of bullshit things about America that people don't like to talk about. Tell me about your true relationship with the Comtesse.
She helped me at the shelter, and with this job.
No, there's more.
That I am already aware of. What I am not is what else she tasked you with.
Be able to buy a car, which helped. Yeah, like I have good credit through, I think, my car payments and other things. I just have, my credit is not as good as it could be because I do have a few credit cards that are like above 50%. But I'm trying to work on like evening everything out, hopefully by the end of the year if possible, but we'll see. I've got to like really get shit figured out.
Pardon, detective?
I know that your position as a servant in this house is not your only job. What did Comtesse de Vos ask you to do while in this house?
She said I had to do what she asked, or I would be back on the street. I didn't want to do it. If anyone found out, I would be the prime suspect.
Hello, Poirot. Are you familiar with that? Yeah, it's, ugh, God, it's awful. And I hate it. I hate having to use them, but also, like, I need to make sure that I have, like, my bank account is at a certain amount. I need to make sure I have, like, emergency funds. It's just, it's such a hassle. It's awful. But yeah, I'm really, like, these next few months, I'm going to buckle down and, like, I'm just not going to do, like, any extraneous purchases. All money that I make from my job is just going to go straight into the bank account and go towards, like, spreading out to everything. Credit score, exactly. You don't have a credit card. You just know. Yeah, basically, a credit score is just, like, your viability in their viability in paying things back. It affects whether you can get a house, whether you can get an apartment, whether you can, and generally, you can still get an apartment if you have bad credit, but you have to pay like a safety deposit. It's kind of like a bond of trust, except it's so fucked that it no longer like really means what it used to mean. Like you build credit, and if your credit score is very high, you get better interest rates and more opportunities. But if your credit rate is very low, or your credit score is very low, then you tend to not be able to get things. Although it was really stupid, because when I bought my car, I saw a car that was $5,000, and my credit score was not very good, and I was like, let me see if I can get this car. And they were like, nope, we can't get you that $5,000 car. We can't finance that. The car that I got is $18,000, and they were like, yeah, no, we can finance that. And I was like, but why would you trust me to pay back $18,000 but not $5,000? And it's not even the trust to pay back, it's the fact that they will make that much more interest off of me with the $18,000 car, because the $5,000 car I could probably pay off in a couple of years. It's just, yes, actually, that's exactly, I feel, what the point of it is at this point, Brick. A lot of people would probably disagree and be like, no, it's not broken. No, it's very broken. Like, no matter what people say, if you are poor in this country, you are punished in every possible way, because almost everything has a fine or something attached to it. And if you can't pay that, you're screwed. Like, oh man, like the justice system is very skewed as well in that regard. It's just, it's fucked. It's annoying to deal with and to know about, but there's not a lot we can do, because, you know, everybody keeps, all the higher ups keep doing kind of the same shit and just not changing anything for the better. But, you know, it is what it is. Madame Van den Bosch would have been aware of young Ing's past, and she was worried about that they would accuse her. What was asked of her must be related to her past life as a thief.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wish I didn't have as many, or they weren't as filled. I am going to slowly go through them and start, like, paying them down, though, because I definitely want to... I definitely only want to have to pay, like, rent and, like, utilities. That's the dream. But, yeah. Ugh, it's just... It's not fun. Like, being alive is not fun in America, because for the day you're born, you basically owe money to someone. There's no two ways about it. Prosecuted, following her order. Is that?
What a
Ing has admitted that her work in the house is not wholly honest. She's assisting with thefts. Wait, like what kind of thefts, though? Hi.
Is there something you need, detective?
Using debit card your whole life. Only places that was limiting was in America and certain places in Scotland. Yeah, because I think like your debit card usually, it's kind of tied to the country more than, well, I don't know, because you can, I don't know if it's the type of card or what. Like I know Visas and MasterCard are usually like accepted universally just about, although sometimes banks just don't play nice with like currency exchange. What was it the Comtesse asked you to steal from the house?
Nothing. She said I was to take nothing.
But information.
If it was not something she wished you to take, what was it?
Information.
She wanted me to find out information about the family and Monsieur Hagen.
Why did she request that?
At first I didn't know, but when I heard about Mademoiselle Angeline being blackmailed, and then the Major, I knew she had used what I found.
Oh, is Margot really the blackmailer the whole time? Perhaps my suspicions of Monsieur Sterling's involvement with Major's safe were incorrect. and his key was not lost, but stolen. Tell me you accessed the safe.
I knew Monsieur Archie had a key, and it would be easy to
Yes,
get it from him.
okay. Intrigue. We're getting somewhere.
You knew that the Major asked Monsieur Sterling to access the safe from time to time, and if anything was ever discovered missing, he would surely take the blame.
I hope you guys forgive me for not, like, when I'm talking, not attempting to do a French accent, because I don't know how to say most of the words anyway. But yeah, they're very French.
I never took anything. I only told the Countess what I had found.
And that was?
About Monsieur Hagen and the Madame's relationship. And Angeline.
I'm sure the Countess was pleased to hear such valuable information.
She said I had done a good job, but I needed proof. That's why I went back and got the
Oh,
letters.
those empty envelopes. So, it was young Ing that beat Madame Van den Bosch to the safe last night, but why would they be left in such a precarious fashion? I wish that we could just call her Madame Bosch, but I guess gotta be fancy, true to the times. When I returned to the study this morning, the letters remained out and the safe open.
I fetched the letters again and took them to the Countess last night. But she shouted at me and said what a stupid girl I was.
You were only doing as she requested.
She said it was too dangerous for her to have them with you around. That's when I returned them to the study. I thought I heard someone on the stairs, so I just threw them back. It was dark as I dared not turn the light on.
Oh, it's a very classy Dutch.
Someone
It
would have
is?
seen it.
Oh. I don't know. I have no idea. Trying to slot a key in the lock in the dark is no easy feat. That would explain the scratches on the safe. If Madame Van den Bosch had only tried to retrieve the letter minutes earlier, she would have surely crossed paths with Ing.
Merci, mademoiselle.
Yeah, thank you. Den Bosch is a Dutch city. It's an old Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah. Thank you. Okay, have I found out all I needed? Oh, God, what now? Okay. Assisting with thefts, but not. Ing knows of the hidden room. Scratch the safe. Access the safe. Knows of the hidden room. But fuck. Confirmed she found the body. Tasked with gathering information. Frickety, frackety. Lost his key. No, but he didn't lose the key. Safe. Because of the hidden room?
Come, my
Oh my god. What am I missing? Oh, it's literally. Oh, but the key is for the safe. Okay.
The pieces of the puzzle.
I thought it was irresponsible of Archibald to lose his key, but now its disappearance makes sense, and I bet stole the key, accessed the safe.
I should
there
not
we
be
go.
surprised by my own
I was
skills
jumping
of
ahead.
deduction.
I wonder how many secrets the house holds for Ing to find. She knows about the hidden room.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
What the hell's in the hidden room, though? If there's somewhere in this house where secret lies, it will surely be found in the hidden room. Van den Bosch secrets may be in the hidden room. My suspicions of the Comtesse's connection with Ing was correct. She was using the young girl to find out anything and everything she could get about the family, while the Comtesse need not even get her hands dirty. Wow. Terrible. Okay. Tell me the secrets.
Is there something you need, detective?
I feel like when I'm in my little mind palace, I'm just standing there. My eyes are probably just like, and she's just like, is this guy okay? What else have you relayed to the Comtesse?
That's all. I swear. I heard Monsieur Archie and Monsieur Felix talking about a storeroom, but I haven't found it.
Is the Countess aware of this room?
I told her it was somewhere in the house, but I didn't know where. She wasn't happy with me that I hadn't found it yet.
I believe if young Ing knew of the location of the I don't know. She would have been forthcoming with it. It may be naive on my part, but she has already incriminated herself and has nothing else to lose.
Merci, mademoiselle. Your honesty today has helped me greatly.
I suppose that I will lose my position at the house now.
No, you're good.
That is not my decision to make. But when the whole truth is revealed, it will not be the pawns the law looks to convict. We shall be coming for the queen.
So, what now? Is there... Oh, no. I forgot. I haven't finished the search. Margot has links to several staff members. Van den Bosch secrets may be in the hidden room. Who's the culprit? Maybe.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
Sorry, I thought that I made a smart. Access the safe. The previous weeks. Oh yeah, blackmail letters. Okay, we don't have a who. What the hell? Oh, maybe. Oh, no. He's not. Well, we know he's not in the blackmail anymore. Oh, duh. That link. So she's trying to get them to tell her where it's at. Such a calculating web of lies and secrets. What motive could possibly justify such devious actions? I don't know. The blackmailer, Mademoiselle Angeline, and the other recipients of such letters may no longer live in fear. Comtesse de Vos shall pay for her crimes. Yay! Okay, so we did it. But who killed him? Okay, so is that... Did we do it? Is that the end of chapter 6? Oh. Hello. I have answers.
Mademoiselle, merci for coming.
Have you had a breakthrough, detective?
I have. Finally, I have the news you have awaited.
Please, detective, don't hold me in suspense.
I have finally uncovered the identity of the one holding the Van den Bosch name to ransom.
Oh my, I feel faint at the thought of knowing who could have done this to us.
It is said to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. It is Comtesse de Vos that is behind the letters.
I don't believe it. What about the Major's letter?
Not only his, but a letter to Monsieur da Silva.
She was blackmailing him as well? Detective, I just don't know what to say.
Then don't say anything.
Take a moment, mademoiselle. It is a lot of information to take in.
I just don't understand why she would do such a cruel thing.
What do you know of young Inge's past?
She has never been particularly forthcoming with it. Only that she was homeless for some time and that she was at the women's shelter before here.
And it is there that the Countess abused her power and manipulated her to uncover secrets of the family.
All this time she has been working for Margot, doing her dirty work?
Yeah.
I am afraid so, mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle is in a state of shock. To learn that such a close friend of the family has betrayed them in such a cruel way must be devastating.
Is Maman aware?
You are the first I have told, mademoiselle. Next will be the authorities.
I'm afraid that we'll have to wait.
Why? Did somebody else die? C'est de play, mademoiselle. We must go through the correct channels.
And we will. I want to see her punished to the fullest extent of the law. But we cannot telephone anyone, as the lines are still down.
Oh, God.
Monsieur Archibald informed me earlier. I had hoped they would be working again. Last night's snow must have caused more damage than expected.
Last night? They have been done all weekend.
Whoa, what? Oh my gosh, it's there. I can't believe it. That seems wrong.
Detective, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I just had a revelation. How could I have been such a fool? I saw Monsieur Sterling talk on the telephone, but I heard no ring. Oh no, so he's in on it too!
Detective Poirot?
Oh my god. It was all a lie, a scene acted out for my benefit to throw me off the scent. If I believed the Major was still alive at that time, I had no reason to investigate anyone's whereabouts beforehand. Anyone being Monsieur Sterling and his staff.
Would you like me to fetch you a glass of water, Detective?
Yeah, you look a little faint.
My apologies, mademoiselle. I was taken by surprise for a moment, but I have regained my composure. A glass of water is not required. Would you excuse me?
I need the bathroom.
Merci, mademoiselle.
I feel like this... Yep, that's the end. God, chapter 7. Okay, holy crap. Things are happening. Archibald's not what he seems.